Welcome everybody, and thank you East Long Meadow Library for asking me back again. In January, I came in to talk about hypnosis and the benefits of hypnosis. Lindsay asked me to do the talk again, but this month's topic was exercising the brain through reading and so forth. So we're doing a little different slant. We're going to talk about creative visualization and mental rehearsal. Does anyone in here know that or practice it?
We do affirmation.
Okay.
I do too, affirmations.
Okay. Have you ever learned how to do creative visualization?
Don't recall.
Well, by the way, I'm Sandy Newman from Springfield Valley Hypnosis Center, and what I do is I help people transform their lives. Either achieving their goals, learning how to get the most out of their brain, the most out of their potential, so they can learn and grow in many different ways. I have a few people that have been past former clients, either coaching clients or hypnosis clients. They've all had to learn creative visualization as part of the process. It's very beneficial for many different ways. Anybody know anybody who's used it? Okay, you've all used it. Since you were very little, do you remember imagining? Do you remember daydreaming? Anybody still do that?
All the time.
Good.
That's why I don't get anything done.
Sometimes it's better to be out in here than out here, right? Did you say you use it? You like to imagine?
Right.
Yeah. Well, we as humans, part of our reason for being here is to create, right? So where do we create?
In our heads.
It starts with a thought. All these wonderful things that we've seen, somebody invented a banner because they thought they saw it. So that's what it is. It's nothing new, it's very old, we've always used it. It's just that nobody has really ever taught us how to focus it and how to get us what we want by using the power of our own subconscious and conscious mind. So we're going to talk today a little bit about it. I did do an agenda. Just so you can kind of follow along, and we only have an hour, so we're going to see how far we get with everything, because I do want to take you through an exercise. All right? So if you look at the first page called Creative Visualization, some of my favorite quotes there. One of the ones I love is, "The soul never thinks without a picture." And that's exactly right. We learn by visualizing. For example, if I tell you 3 words and just do them differently, tell me what happens. The dog bit the man. Anybody see a picture of that in your head? Now, the man bit the dog. Same words, different picture, right? So we constantly are taking information in and visualizing it, and that tells a story, right? Children love to hear stories. Why?
Because they're visualizing what you're saying.
Exactly. They hear it, they visualize it, and they become to believe it, whether it's true or not. And that's part of the problem. We're all influenced in many ways. And the mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So if someone were to tell you you were going to go out there and get in a car accident, how many of you would believe it and how many would say no? How many might think it's a possibility?
If someone said it to you,
Yeah.
I would say no.
Based on what?
That they didn't have any reason to say that.
What if they just felt it and said, "Be very careful. I have a feeling you're going to be in an accident."
There is a possibility.
I guess I'd just be careful, but I'd still go, but I'd think
Yeah.
about it maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because what would happen is you would see that picture in your head, and then you probably couldn't help but thinking, well, what if I do? You know, as you're driving, what if I do? And then you're kind of looking.
Power of
expecting.
suggestion.
Exactly. So we're influenced every day by the news, by what we read, by what our friends say, by what our parents say. And we don't have those filters to say this is correct or this is not correct. It's all based on our individual belief system. So if you're all very happy with where you are in your life and you don't want to make any changes, then that's great. But if you could make better changes and make your life even happier, what would that look like? Anybody have anything that they've been secretly working on by themselves? Trying to create a new habit or get rid of an old one or?
Maintaining vibrant health is a focus of mine right now.
Okay. Well, that's a vast variety of ways you can do that, right? Is there any single one way that you're attempting to do that?
Pausing when I feel anxious. I have a lot of energy and I get a little bit of a energizer bunny in me.
Okay.
So my lungs, expanding my lungs and taking a deep breath and just being here now
Yeah.
quiets
Focuses
me
you.
and gets me focused in the moment
Right.
instead of concerning myself with the future.
Exactly right. That's one way. So, what's your name?
Karen.
Karen. So what Karen's also doing is she's telling herself that first, right? Be calm, be focused, relax. And then she gets a visual of what that feels like, what that looks like. And you're aware of it.
And now it's a habit.
And now it's a habit. Good.
It's my go-to, it's become my go-to. You know,
Yeah.
just take a breath and pause. Take a breath, take a deep breath, fill my lungs up, through my nose. You know, it's yoga, it's meditation, but it really feels good.
It does.
Because we breathe so
I
shallowly
do the same
when we
thing.
get nervous.
Take a pause. I take the deep breath
Yeah.
because
Right.
I go,
So you're focusing on one thing, one aspect. What do you think would happen if you visualized yourself in perfect health? Over and over again.
I would like some assistance with that,
Okay.
yes.
You know why? Because you don't believe it.
Uh,
So when you believe it, the visualization becomes stronger. So when we take a visual of what we're trying to do, and then apply positive energy to that, and then believe it's going to happen, voila,
Believe it is.
or already has.
Yes, that,
Already has.
Perfect.
So that's the secret behind creative visualization. It's been around for years. In the 70s, the Soviet Union used it to form great athletes. Right? Everybody know of John Claude Keely? Okay. The year of the Olympics, when he was supposed to ski, he broke his leg. He could not practice at all going down the slopes. He was a skier, Olympic skier. So he did it all in his head. He visualized every run, day after day after day. And that's what he accredited to winning the Olympics. He said it was the best run he ever did, with no practice, purely mental.
You mean after he healed, he went back and won? Oh, okay.
He had to visualize.
He did the race, he did the slalom, or wherever it
But he
was.
was
He won.
healing, yeah.
But it was all because he visualized it, because he couldn't practice.
Yeah.
By just visualizing, our muscles go through all kinds of contractions. By thinking about what we're doing. I'm gonna bring somebody up here. Ann, will you come up? I'm gonna just show you the power of energy following thought. Okay, I'm just face the front. This is my old dear friend Ann from years ago. And surprised to see her. So Ann, put your arm out straight like this. Okay. I want you to think of something that makes you really happy. And remember a time when you felt really strong on top of the world. Can you think of a time? Or think of something that makes you happy? Okay. Now I'm going to press down, and I want you to resist me as much as you can. Okay? Tell me when you're ready. Ready? Okay. She's pretty strong, right? Now I want you to think of something that makes you sad. And you got it? Okay. Just one single thought. She went from strong to weaker. So what happens, you can see that.
I just,
You're amazed.
Yeah.
Okay. One thought can change our whole physical being. And what's happening when we're thinking things over and over again? Are we making ourselves healthy, or are we making ourselves sick? Both, depending upon what you're thinking about. So energy follows thought, as you just saw. There's another one. Everybody go like this. And then open your hands like this, 2 fingers. Oh, good, you're doing it too. Okay. And I want you to just think, look at your fingers and think about them as being two attracting magnets. And watch what happens. Now that thought created that energy to move all the little tiny muscles all the way down to your fingers to make it go together.
That's amazing.
Okay.
The power of the
Let me
mind.
just- I'm just wondering if when you put your fingers like that, wouldn't they normally just relax in that?
No, because we started out holding them apart.
And then they go together.
Because mine seem to go together anyway. Oh, well.
Well, there's always one in the crowd.
No, but it's when she said, think of it as a magnet, that it had to happen.
That's already
like-
in my head. Okay.
So, now that you get an idea of how quickly our thoughts affect what we do, what we think, what we become. What we think about, we become. What we believe, we become. So, if you're happy with how you are, great. Do more of that thinking. If you're not, then maybe we need to adjust the thinking. You know, where are the thoughts? Are they negative or are they positive? So by getting a visual of our thoughts and understanding how we think and we learn by pictures, gives us a better ability to create the life we want to create. So if you look here, one of my favorite authors who wrote the book, Creative Visualization, Shiitake Goenks, she says, creative visualization is the technique of using your imagination to create what you want in your life. There's nothing new, strange, or unusual about creative visualization. You are already using it every day, every minute, in fact. It is your natural power of imagination, the basic creative energy of the universe, which you use constantly, whether you are aware of it or not. Imagination is the ability to create an idea or mental picture in your mind. In creative visualization, you use your imagination to create a clear image of something you wish to manifest. Then you continue to focus on the idea or picture regularly. Now that's the key. To do it often, over and over and over again. Giving it positive energy until it becomes objective reality. In other words, until you actually achieve what you've been visualizing.
How do you get your mind, well, you say it won't work unless you think it's gonna work, right? How do you get your mind to focus into that,
To focus or to believe?
to believe?
Okay. Our beliefs are things we've heard over and over again until we hear them, we believe they're true. Right?
Right.
But what's true for you might not be true for somebody else. It's your
Right.
perspective. It's your belief system. Why do you believe your name is your name?
Because that's what I've been called all along.
Because everybody's called you that over and over again. Little kids who brought up to believe they're no good and they can't do anything, what happens to them?
They believe it.
They grow up believing it. Versus kids who have been empowered, saying, you can do anything you put your mind to. Go out there and run. See yourself run. Where do you think they go? It's what we hear over and over again. It's what we see. It's our environment. It's everything that makes our world, which is our memories and our experiences, cause our belief systems. Cults. How do you think they stay in cults? Because they convince them that this is true
Repeat it
over and over and over again.
So what you're saying is if I continue to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, eventually it'll be set in my mind. Okay.
Right. So if you want it to work, if you want to believe, you just have to do it. Nobody can do it for you. So it's what you take in, what you believe. Just like with hypnosis, people always ask me, well, how do I know if I'm a good candidate for hypnosis? Because if you can focus and you're open and it agrees with your belief system, your unconscious mind will take that in as true and therefore make it happen. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we have to be very careful about what we visualize, and it's getting more and more important all the time. Donald Trump, he has big visions, right? There's a lot of people who see that differently. Some agree with his vision, some do not agree with his vision, but it's all based on their belief system and what they're surrounded with and what they see in the picture of their mind. Talked to somebody the other day, and, you know, politics is always a no-no, but his vision just went ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, and before we knew it, it was the end of the world. Because the imagination just kept creating all these scenarios in his head. Have you ever had little kids that will talk to you about their imagination? And they go on like a stream, right? It's a stream of consciousness. And it takes on another thought. Because energy follows thought, it's attracting whatever you're thinking. So here I'm really giving everybody my whole speech here, but there's a universal law that says you have 17 seconds to change the momentum of a thought before it collects another thought just like that. So the first thought you have in the morning is going to determine your day. So
It's
if
like a
you wake-
magnet's gonna keep attracting more of the same.
Exactly. If you wake up thinking, I don't want to go to work today, I don't want to get out of bed today, I feel awful, my back aches, ugh. And it keeps going, right? You keep finding all these excuses not to get out of bed, and then you hate it. Versus if you get up and you say, today's going to be a great day. Today's going to be a really, really great day. And you hold that thought for longer than 17 seconds. You're going to get another thought, kind of maybe questioning like, well, how is this going to be a great day? And then it just kind of goes on its merry way, collecting, well, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. Lo and behold, you have a great day. Or a great golf game. Or a great operation. Whatever it is, you want to focus on what you want. Yes?
But isn't it, I mean, sometimes when I wake up, I mean, if I feel like crap, I feel like crap. So it's,
You have to talk yourself out of it.
you know, you're not feeling
Say, I may
well.
not feel really good, but I'm gonna feel better and better. I'm gonna feel better and better. You always want to take a negative thought and turn it around as quick as you can. So if you wake up and you say, I feel like crap, well, there could be reasons you feel like crap. If you can do something about it, do it. If you can't, you just have to kind of change your mind and say, all right, I don't feel so hot, but I'm gonna feel better, I'm gonna feel better. Does that sound better?
Do you think that it pertains to like physical ailments as well? Like
Yes.
if your sciatica is bothering you, or
Yes.
your stomach, or
So you have to talk it into yourself.
Yes, yes.
So what if you're having a good day